Good morning and welcome to a small station from the northeast UK. Just thought I'd try out a little bit of 10 meters. There's a couple of signals there on the band, and see, we've got to quickly try this station, see who it is, see if we can work them. So 10 meters is wide open.
Very snowing Greece, over.
So Greece is coming in quite well. So we'll quickly try this station, see if we can work them, and we'll find another frequency and start putting a few calls out on 10 meters. So not that often you hear the band open, unless it was a UK station putting calls out.
Fade away through the QSB and I lost your words, over. QSL, please repeat your name. You said...
It's not that often we hear 10 meters open as wide as it is. Just not many people will take up the opportunity to listen on the band. As you can see further down the band, there is a bit of FT8.
The antenna is loaded with snow, and I have quite a lot of noise, over. Golf 0 Tango Quebec no.
Hello to a very snowy Toronto. Good morning, Lawrence. Victor Echo 3 Hotel Quebec Mike. Nice and snowy over there. Nice and dry over here. Temperatures increased yesterday to 12 degrees, so it did get warmer than normal, than what it had been over the past few days. I haven't put my nose outside yet to see what it's like, to feel how cold it is, but I'm guessing it's around 4 or 5 degrees. Just trying to see if this Greek station puts his call sign over, and then we'll quickly give him a shout. If not, I'll find a clear frequency and I'll just put the callers out. Either that or he's turned his beam, I don't know. You never know. What I'll do, I'll find a clear frequency. We'll go 440. No. 28445. We'll put a few calls out. Is this frequency in use? Is this frequency in use? Golf 6 Mike, November Delta. You're never getting double the audio there. 25 centimeters overnight. That's not too bad. fresh snow. Is this frequency in use? Is this frequency in use? Golf 6 Mike, November Delta. So I'm just running 100 watts on 10 meters in the 2-element beam, beaming in towards Europe. So we'll give that a try.
CQ, CQ 10 meter, CQ 10, CQ, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, calling CQ 10, CQ, CQ 10 meters, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, calling CQ 10, CQ 10 meters, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, QRZ 10 meters.
Might take a little bit of time, but we'll give it a go.
CQ10, CQ10, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, calling CQ10, CQ, CQ10, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, calling CQ10 meter, CQ10, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, QRZ. CQ10, CQ, CQ10 meters, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, calling CQ10, CQ10 meters, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, calling CQ, CQ10 meter, CQ, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, QRZ. CQ10, CQ, CQ10 meters, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, calling CQ10, CQ, CQ10 meters, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, listening for any call.
It's one of those bands, you can see the signals on the band, but there'd be very few people scanning the band.
CQ, CQ, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, calling CQ10, CQ10 meter, CQ, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, calling CQ10 meter, CQ10, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, QRZ. CQ10, CQ, CQ10 meters, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, calling 10 meters, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, QRZ.
That's disappointing. I thought there might have been a few more people putting calls out or even coming back to the call. But like I say, 10 meters, there'll be very few people who know that the band's active. They'll not come back, so it's one of those. There is a few stations on the band, and it's just a shame there's not a lot of activity coming my way. We'll put a few more calls out, and then we'll have a listen on the other bands.
CQ10, CQ, CQ10 meter, CQ10, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, calling CQ10, CQ, CQ10 meters, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, calling CQ10, CQ, CQ10 meters, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, QRZ.
Any of you eagle eyes out there just noticed the change in the date? I forgot to change the date on this stream. Never mind. We'll keep going.
CQ10, CQ, CQ10 meter, CQ10, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, calling CQ10 meter, CQ10, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, QRZ.
Well, that was a bit of a disappointing one. As quick as a band came alive, they was quicker it disappeared. You can see further down. We'll go down here. There'll be a lot more people active on there and I'd get a more response on FT8, believe it or not. But 10 metres is open. There's just nobody come back to the call. There'll be more people, like I say, working each other on FT8 as opposed to voice, which is a shame. We'll give a few more calls out, then we'll go through the other bands, have a listen, see where they are, see how active they are. I would dare say that they will be alive.
CQ10, CQ, CQ10 meter, CQ, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, calling CQ10 meter, CQ10, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, calling CQ10 meter, CQ, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, listening.
You're not wrong there, Lawrence. It is a funny band.
CQ, CQ10, CQ10 meter, CQ, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, calling 10 meters, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, QRZ.
I am only using 100 watts, so power's not fantastic. It's workable power, but it's not. It'd probably be better with a little bit more.
CQ10, CQ, CQ10, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, calling CQ10, CQ10 meter, CQ, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, QRZ. CQ10, CQ10, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, QRZ.
Tell you what I'll do. I'll quickly try and show you the stations that are working on FT8. If I can get things up and running. Close that down. So the background will disappear, don't worry about that. Where are we? Whoa. 10 meters, I'll turn that volume down. Turn that volume down. There we have it. Right. We now have WSJTX. And we'll just quickly see the stations that are working there. So there's Greece. There's a lot of stations there on 10 meters. 10 stations to be precise. So it just shows you everybody's active on 10 meters. It's our 13 stations. Yeah, I agree, Lawrence. There's a lot of people prefer to do FT8. I'm not going to beat them around the head, because I do operate FT8 myself occasionally, and it's one of those bands. It's not bands. One of those modes that people enjoy. I can understand why. At the same time, it's frustrating because it's pulled everybody away from the voice activity. It's one of those things. It's far too many people now relying solely on FT8 for contacts. They forget where the voice is. I understand that and I get that. I like a bit of a mix on all modes, to be honest. I like try my hand at it a little bit to say, yeah, I've tried it. If I tried it, I didn't like it, I can say, hey, I didn't like that mode. So I can safely say, if somebody says, what's that mode like, I can say personally, it wasn't for me. But FT8, it does have its advantages, shall I say. It does have its disadvantages. The advantages being, you let the computer do the work, you can still have the kids running around in the background. It's one of those things. Is that forgive us? Is it Reese? I do apologise if it isn't. FT8 it's another data mode, digital stroke data mode. It screeches. I'll let you have a quick listen. It just screeches and God knows what. It's a waste of time having the headset on. I thought it was, Reese. No problem. I do apologise for that anyway. The FT8, it's a weak, I'm saying a weak signal mode. It is a weak signal mode, but it's not a low power mode. You can use as much power as you like or as little power as you like to gain the contacts. There's no restriction on the power. Some people will argue that there is. There's not. You can use as much power as you like, given your license conditions. I must stress that enough. I can't stress it enough. Stick within your licensing conditions. Basically, FT8 is a computer program which is the data sent from your laptop, which will be your call sign. There's no real form of communication. It's just your call sign, their call sign, their signal report, and your report received from them, from the other station, sent from your laptop or your PC through your radio, and then transmitted obviously out through your aerial. So it's still radio to radio effectively, but your computer's doing all the legwork, saving your voice. If you want to use that mode, say you've got kids or a lot of background noise, a lot of chatter, it's ideal for that. But there is a lot of people that rely solely on FT8 for contacts, driving the activity for voice into non-existent, very rare. As you can hear, as you can see on there, the contacts that are coming through, there's a good few contacts coming through. 10 meters is open, but nobody is willing to venture away from there in case they don't get the contacts that they want. You can see further, you can't see further down because I haven't got that scope on. But that's a general gist of FT8. You don't need the headset in. Don't need a microphone. The laptops or the PC is doing all the work. So FT8, there is a lot of stations on there at the moment, driving away from voice, which is a shame because a band is wide open. Anyway, we'll go back to the other screen if I can get that open. We'll close that off. Open this. I'm hoping it all works perfect. I'm hoping it works perfect and loads okay. Got a sneaky feeling that hasn't. The console's not working properly. Where is it? Bear with me. I'll try and get this back up and running. There we have it. Back up. That's the joys of bringing you live streams. But there we go. We'll put a few calls out on. I'll put a couple more calls out on 10. We'll go back up to 14445. Ask if the frequency's in use again because we've been away from it for a little bit. Not expecting anybody to come back because they're all down there on FT8. There is a little bit of CW down there on 10 meters, but it is a shame there's not a lot of people venturing on voice to get the contacts. It's wide open, but nobody's coming back. Shame. Yeah, I'm slowly getting there, Lawrence. Very slowly getting there with CW. I'm not at the stage where I'm comfortable enough to do live stream CW. I'm nowhere near as comfortable to do that. For all, I know there'd be a lot of you guys out there that would love to see us operating CW. I'm not comfortable enough to do that yet. Don't worry, it will happen. It's just a shame I can't get that confidence there to do it at the moment. Anyway, we'll turn up the volume, try putting a few more calls out on 10 meters voice, and if not, we'll just scan through the bands, have a listen through the bands, and see what's there. It'd be alright if I had it in the right mode. See there, USB data would not allow the transmission of voice, so I didn't see any movement on the graph, on the bar graphs on the 7300. Yeah, it is practice. That's what it is. I can do the CW, I can decode it, but it's just the confidence side of it, bringing it to you live. That's the only thing there at the moment, Lawrence. But I will eventually do it.
Is this frequency in use? Is this frequency in use? Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, is this frequency in use?
I must remember to change the microphone over. The interference that you saw there, that's scrolling down the screen, is either somebody switching something on, or we've got atmospheric interference, or birds landing on the aerial. I'm thinking it's going to be the birds landing on the aerial.
Is this frequency in use? Is this frequency in use? Golf 6, Mike, November Delta. Is this frequency in use? Golf 6, Mike, November Delta. CQ10, CQ, CQ10 meter, CQ10, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, calling CQ10, CQ, CQ10 meters, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, calling CQ, CQ, CQ10 meters, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, calling CQ10, CQ10 meters, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, listening for any call.
Good morning, Mike. Yeah, FT4 is another part of FT8, just a little bit quicker. FT8 is 15 seconds. FT4 is, I believe it's 7 or 7.5 seconds. So I'm not going to be doing FT8 at the moment, Mike. It's just going to be voice. If you want to switch it over to voice and have a quick listen, we'll see if we can hear you. We'll see what happens. I'm not holding up much hope.
CQ10, CQ 10 meters, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, calling CQ10, CQ 10, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, calling CQ 10 meters, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, listening for any call.
We've got to get at least one contact in the log. Got to. So as you can hear, there is stations out there. It's just a shame.
Thanks for that. Contact your 59 plus 20, by the way. Beautiful. Signal good opening on 10. Going to move a little bit up and make some CQ and check what's propagation. Right. 50 Rob to J2. DKZ 5 before I'll check.
Sound like a Delta Kilo 5 there. But yeah, 10 meters. It is a great band, funny band. It's just not many people venture to the band. I think what it is as well, there's a lot of people rely heavily on social media to be told that 10 meters is open. Once they see that the 10 meters is open, someone mentioned that 10 meters is open, they'll go on, have a look, have a listen, not hear anything, then disappear back to the other bands, primarily 20 and 40 meters. So there's Cyprus. There's a little bit of interference there.
And it's also being parliament, good direction for us. Okay, Rob, thanks so much, and wish you all the best. Stay safe. From Island of Cyprus, and maybe see you here.
It's actually Cyprus.
After all this crazy time. Okay, 73 is all the best. Bye-bye.
So there is a station there.
5B plus 5.
So there is stations there. Obviously we can't hear them, but the band is open.
Good afternoon or good morning to you. You're 59.
It's the same station going through. He can hear other stations, but I can't. So there we have it. 10 meters is open. You just got to take the time to call and get the contacts. What I'll do, because I haven't had much success, I am going to just go through the bands, let you see what's there, and then I must dash. I thought I'd bring the live stream to show you guys a little bit of activity on 10 meters. FT8. Obviously I didn't operate FT8, but there is activity there. Where are we? 10, 12 meters. Believe it or not, this is on an...
This is Lima Zulu 1 Zulu Foxtrot. Lima Zulu 1 Zulu Foxtrot. Sorry, check your listening.
Golf 6 Mike, November Delta.
Golf 6 Mike, Nancy Delta. Hello, D. You're 5 and 7, 5, 7 to 5 and 8 today. My name is Gosha. Golf Oscar Sierra Hotel Oscar. Back to you, D.
Curacao, gosh, you're doing a great job here. I've got you 5-9 into the northeast UK. Name is Lima Echo Echo, you got that correct. Running 100 watts at the moment through 2-element tri-band beam, 10, 15 and 20 meters. Not resonant on this band, but still getting the signal over to you there. Go ahead.
Okay, from my side, the small local periodic 6 elements, but covered from 20 to 10 meters band. Thank you, D. 7-3. Enjoy propagation on 12. Bye.
Thank you very much. You take care. 7-3.
Thanks. Lima Zulu 1 Zulu Foxtrot.
So there we go. 12 meters. A non-resonant antenna. So there is people calling out there on 12 meters. I don't know if this will tune. The radio will tune, which I'm surprised at. Like I say, it is nowhere near resonant. What frequency was that?
Operator is Gosha. My name is Gosha. Golf Oscar Sierra Hotel Oscar.
So that wasn't a bad contact out of
thank you, Mikhail, and
Bulgaria.
Lima Zulu 1 Zulu Foxtrot. Mike 6 Yankee, Kilo Kilo Fran, you're 5-9.
I'm wondering why the why it didn't come up with 12 meters on the logbook. I'm actually inputting the frequency manually.
Secure. This is Lima Zulu 1 Zulu Foxtrot. Lima Zulu 1 Zulu Fox.
So there, we'll try. Actually, I'll try 12 meters. We'll put a few calls out on 12 meters. We might get a surprise actually. He's actually located Bulgaria, I believe it was, Lawrence. I don't know the precise location. Unfortunately, that doesn't come up on QRZ. It just comes up with the country of location on log 4OM. So it's not working there. Yeah, so quite a short contact on 12. I'll try putting a few calls out on 12. Actually, might surprise myself. Might surprise you as well. Is this frequency news?
Is this frequency in use? Golf 6 Mike, November Delta. Is this frequency news?
It's not a band I would generally use, to be honest.
Is this frequency news? Golf 6 Mike, November Delta.
In fact, I've just looked at the SWR as transmitting. Obviously, the internal ATU's done fine to tune it down, but I'm getting an SWR of 1.5 on this band, which I'm quite surprised at.
CQ, CQ12, CQ12 meter, CQ, Golf 6 Mike, November Delta, Golf 6 Mike, November Delta, calling CQ, 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 Golf 6 Mike, November Delta, Golf 6 Mike, November Delta, calling CQ12, CQ12, Golf 6 Mike, November Delta, Golf 6 Mike, November Delta, QRZ.
Like I say, the aerial's not. It's nowhere near resonant, so it's not efficient. It's nowhere near efficient.
CQ, CQ, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, calling CQ, CQ, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, calling CQ12, CQ12 meters, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, calling CQ, CQ12 meters, CQ, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, QRZ.
Plenty of activity down there on FT8. Like I say, it's just drove many people away from voice, which is a shame. I'll not keep calling out on 12. Just have a scan through 15 meters again, FT8. 15 meters is open.
Very good copy. 5F7 about your low power. United Norway 7, Juliet Alpha Victor. Charlie Tango 1 Echo Hotel India. Go ahead, Alexa. 73 Susiba, Rasidania Pacapacá, CC, greetings to Portugal. Union Norway 7, Juliet Alpha Victor, CT1EHI. Bye-bye.
So yeah, 12 meters, 15 meters.
Hotel America, Hotel America. Hotel America.
Switch over to 20 meters. So yeah, have a listen on 17. I don't think I'll hear much. Again, the usual spot for 17. 20 meters. There'll be plenty of activity on 20 meters, no doubt. So plenty of activity. I'll not hold it on that band. 40 meters. So 40 meters is open nicely as well.
Gunter can explain the noise better because I couldn't hear it, but let Gunter explain the noise. Can you explain it to the noise level that you were hearing, Gunter? Could you explain it to Adrian?
Maybe that's...
He's always a phenomenal signaller, is Gunter. Does quite well.
It's just the noise, so like white noise or so, and...
Rapport 59 Kust, liebe Thomas. 59 plus 10 Thomas, how copy, over?
I recognise our voice as well. Can't quite. You know, when you've been operating the radio, you tend to know voices a lot more than you know the call signs. Or if you hear the call sign, you can't quite remember the name. That happens quite a bit.
Yeah, Roger, everything fine over here, dear buddy. Thank you very much for asking. Now, first of all, the weather here is beautiful. Blue sky, sun is shining, some white clouds, but...
So, there's 40. Daytime 80 meters, quiet. But there we have it. A little bit of activity on all the bands. So all bands are open. I would dare say 6 meters is open. I don't think I can get anything on there given the aerial I'm using. Don't know why that's all the way up there. No, I can't get anything on that aerial. But there we have it. There is plenty of activity on all the bands, 10 meters included. So there we go. Right guys, I am going to have to leave you. I know I didn't get many contacts. Showed you obviously 10 meters is open on the 10 meters is wide open, just in case of people being more active on FT8 as opposed to putting the calls out in voice. But there we go. That's the joys of it. That's what we get for having far too much to choose from on the bands. But if it's one of them. Anyway, you take it easy guys. Look after yourselves. Thank you very much for joining. 7-3 from here in the small station out of the UK. Northeast UK that is. 7-3. Look after yourselves and enjoy the bands.